and I've got some new fossils to share with you. Now, these may look like rocks, but I'm going to explain what they are in a second. They're not your average rock, and I think even some of them might be coral even. But then again, maybe not, because there's something inside these, and I'll explain what these are in a minute. They're not pots. They're not little pots. They're not man-made, but I'll tell you what made them in a second. I'll be back in a second, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, and that song was played by the Jurassic Park theme, played by Peter Ranson Music. Go subscribe and like and subscribe to his channel. But let's get back to business. So, what did I find here? Some sort of fossil stuff from Dan's Fossil Hunter, or Dan Fossil Hunter. We found these things. Now, first of all, I was wondering, what in the hell are these things? They look like eggs or pods, and doesn't look like there's anything inside them, but it is said that there was stuff inside these things. Some people thought these were concretions or some other weird looking. Like I said, it looks like an egg, like something that popped out of an egg. If you've seen Jurassic Park, where a raptor pops out of something, out of an egg. But no, these even have been suggested to be even look like wasps' nests. But I'll tell you what these things are. They're not. They are some form of a cocoon. I'll tell you that much. But they're not what you'd expect. And I'll tell you what these are. What these things are, I've seen this posted on a forum, is a thing called Leptopius duponti, a fossil weevil cocoon from South Australia. Now, about specifically the ones from South Australia, they also go to Western Australia as well. So, from this little forum, I'll read out. So who said that was at Leptopius duponti was Ostpex. But there's also another guy called Painshill who also commented this next little section of information. So I'll read out this. The Aspis has it, but it may not be possible to specifically identify it to Leptopius from Australia, since there are a number of related species. Although these ones were found near Seduna, so I'd say, yeah, these ones are in South Australia because they're from Seduna. So, but anyway, since there are a number of related species which make cocoons like this in Australia, they come from mainly from from Erie Peninsula of South Australia, but are abundant along 300 miles of the South Australian coast, up to the West Australian border, and for about 40 miles inland. We know in some cases that they are from the Leptopius because occasional cocoons have been found with identifiable pupae remains still inside. So I don't know if with some of these ones there might be something still inside these ones I've got here, but I have no idea. But anyway, some of them have got pupa remains still inside. Most of the cocoons from Australia region, from the Australia region of 100, 100 billion years ago, or years old. But some are much more recent and so heavily lithified that they have become like a fossil in appearance. The Australians call them bunny slippers, fairy shoes, fairy clogs, and they are frequently and erroneously sold as fossil wasps' nests. So there you go. But problem is, it's actually the adult beetle. The adult beetle spends its in life in trees, generally acacia or wattle, eating foliage. Then it lays its eggs in the tree. When they hatch, the little grubs come down the trunk and burrow underground, where they feed on roots of a tree. And maturity, they secrete a sticky substance that causes sand and fine gravel to stick to them. This hardens to form a protective camouflage case in which they can safely pupate. After a few months, the adult beetle emerges after making a hole in the case, and the cycle starts again. The majority of cases that are prominently Leptopius leptopii, but other large members of the genus are doubtless. Yeah, so they're responsible, and some are believed to be from cockchafers, Scabarabidii. Tongue twister. Gee, I wish they made Latin and Greek more easier to read. Anyway, and other beetles that habitually pupate in the ground, but but similar items do occur elsewhere. They have been reported in the Gobi Desert, and there's a few other ones that do that as well. There's also some of these have also been seen in the Utah Basin, in northwest of Colorado. So yeah, but yeah, there is a really cool thing about these things. Hey, Tommy the guinea pig. We're talking about fossils at the moment, dude. So these are really interesting things. They're basically like beetle holes. They've been like filled up, like, so that's kind of interesting. So there's one there. So I'm putting them in here for safety, because they're all given to me in this kind of thing, which I don't think is kind of safe. So I'm going to put them into an actual box, which is a little bit more safer, in my opinion. There we go. Some pretty big ones. Nothing in that one. Oh, hello. There's a little bit of remnant of fluff inside that one. As you can see, a little bit of remnant of fluff in there. So I don't know that was from a little bit of dust from the previous owner's house or whatever, but it could be something to do with that weevil that was supposed to be inside these things. Who knows? I thought that was rather interesting. They almost look like coral, but they're actually like shells from a weevil. So interesting that. Weevil shells. Huh. I don't know, that weevil shells could be interesting. There's another weevil shell. Don't know if no, it doesn't look like there's much inside that one either. But you know, it's quite interesting for a weevil shell. And it looks like there might be some more here under wraps, so we'll have to look at them. Ooh, looks like there was something inside this one. That'd be interesting. You know what I'd really like to do is maybe even dig inside that thing and see if I can extract the weevil DNA from that. You know, that'd be interesting, wouldn't it? Like dig through that thing and find there might be some little bit of remnants of the weevil still inside that little plug hole. You know, that'd be interesting. To extract some DNA from that. That'd be interesting. Some prehistoric weevil. But I tell you, it looks pretty amazing, hey, how this is supposed to actually be formed by a weevil. You know, it looks like something that, you know, someone would make for like a kid's toy or something, like a shoe, like almost looks like a, you know, I wonder if that's where some of the people design their crocs from or clogs from based on these things, these clay, fossilized clay weevil shells. Ooh. Ooh, that's interesting. Ooh, that's interesting. This one has got a hole in it for the weevil thing, but it's still all relatively sealed. So if I was to actually like crack that open, I reckon there might be still a weevil inside there. That would be interesting. That would be really interesting if some of these actually still have the weevil inside the mud casing. Oh, there we go. There's another one. That one looks like it got really plugged up. So some of these, I reckon, if you cut them open, there might be still a weevil down inside the actual casing. That would be really interesting to see if there was actually something still deep inside these weevil casings. What else we got? Oh, hello. There's another one. Not much inside there to actually see. Looks like it's pretty much just dust in there. That one's still encased. No holes in it whatsoever. Oh, wait a minute. There's a little bit down the bottom there. So it would really be interesting to crack these open and see if there's actually still a weevil deep inside these things. I mean, this would be amazing if there was. You know, oh, there we go. What have we got in here? What's inside that one? There's a little bit of clay inside there, but I don't know if there's anything left in there, but still quite interesting. Oh, there we go. Another nice one. Oh, not much in there though. Another one, but it's got like a hole that's filled up, so interesting. Ooh. Oh, looks like there might be something still inside there. Look at that. Looks like there's actually a bit of weevil still in there. Ooh, that's interesting. Some of these weevil holes, there might be something still deep inside the weevil hole. That would be really amazing to see if there was some weevils still inside this case of these weevil shells. Because that's what pretty much all these are. Pretty much all just weevil shells. So lots and lots of weevil shells. I'd love to see what it would be like to actually crack some of these open. I mean, some of them already are opened, as you can see, and there's nothing living inside there anymore. But I tell you, it would really be interesting to see what would happen if what would be like. Oh yes. Tell you, some really nice weevil shells. They really are really nice. So they may look like eggs, but they're not eggs. They're pretty much just weevil shells. And yeah, it just goes to show. Ooh, that's interesting. There's some really good. These are the last ones here for the weevil shells. So this is the last one, and this one looks really impressive. So it looks like there might be still a weevil still entrapped in there. So I have no idea if there's actually weevils still in here, but it looks like there might be some still deep entrapped in their weevil holes. Some people, like I said, thought they were wasps' nests or something, but until they actually cracked them open, they found out there was actually weevils in there. So that's my new collection of weevils, weevil shell, fossil weevil shells, also known as fairy shoes. So from Sedona. But yeah. Oh shit. But I said, there we go. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Sorry this wasn't a very much interesting stream and not many people showed up for this. But yeah, indeed. Fairy shoes from Sedona in South Australia. So, or well, I said no, Sedona. That's not. Well, where's Sedona? That's New South Wales, isn't it? Yes. Where's Sedona? Where's Sedona? Sedona. Pronounced Caduna. Sedona. Yeah. Ah, okay. So basically, these things from Seduna from Western Australia. Okay. I thought they were from South Australia, so they were from Western Australia. Oh, Western Australia. So it's like in between Western Australia and South Australia on that border. Ah, okay. So it's on the border then. Yeah, okay. So it can be debated, people, whether it's Seduna is, like I said, in Western Australia or South Australia. Still a little bit of a debate about that. But yeah, so that's where these things were found, roughly around South Australia, Western Australia, roughly. These fairy shoes, weevil, fossilized weevil shells. So that's rather interesting. I think I'll just see if I can pull up some photos of the actual weevil that we're talking about, where those shells came from. This I think this is from the actual site where I got my information from, so I'll just pull this up. There we go. So that's the weevil there, the prehistoric weevil. I thought there was actually a shot of a real weevil, but I think that's just been moved. Oh, there's some fish, fossilized fish. But no, there we go. So yeah, there we go. So this weevil thing created these holes, basically. These things that we call what we got. So yeah, funny that. I think whether these things were like burrowed in the ground, and that's the hole in the ground, or it was the one in the tree, or whatever. I'm not sure where these actual things came from, but if I understand it was basically like a little home thing for these bug dudes. So interesting that. And the fact that these things are also still alive to this very day. You can almost say that this bug thing is actually almost like a living. The weevil is almost like a living fossil in a way. These weevils are pretty much living fossils at this point. So that's another interesting, fun fact. Hey, Death Row. Yeah, I was just about to end the stream, but yeah, we're talking about these fossils that I've actually bought today at the Gem and Mineral Club. So yeah, so there we go. So that's as you can see on screen. That's sort of like the things I just bought today. These little hole rocks with holes in them that turn out to be weevil cocoons. So, pretty cool. So, indeed. I don't know if there's any other fossils I can actually show off, but I think that's the main ones I got for today. So this is like a little short stream. Sorry for being so short, ladies and gentlemen. Maybe I have to come back on here later at some point and like have a hangout stream later tonight or something. I don't know, because it's hard to keep track of some of you guys, whether you guys are from America or from England or wherever. You know, trying to stay in the same time zone, so you guys can feel free to come in here and from America or from England or wherever you guys are from. You know what I mean? It's hard to keep track of good times to come around. So, but yes, that's the fossils I got today, ladies and gentlemen. These weevil shells. It's quite fun to see these things like these weevil shells. They've been around for years, thousands of years apparently, or millions of years, depending on who you talk to. But yeah, they also call them fairy fossils. They call them all sorts of things. These shoes, fairy shoes, whatever you want to call them. But they are pretty cool little weevil. They're pretty cool. These things. They're very, very awesome. I really love these little new fossils I've just collected. So yeah, I'm quite happy with it. And there they are. So that's the new fossil I've collected on screen right now. Okay, yep, have a good one. So yeah, because I'm about to wrap up too. So all right, so I think I'll try and wrap this up because it's like a quick one just to show you guys all that, the recent fossils. I don't think I've got any new fossils to show off, but that's pretty much all the ones I've got though thus far. And hopefully when the next German mineral comes, ladies and gentlemen, I'll have lots of nice new fossils to show off as well. But for now, these are the ones I've got. Fairy shoes, also known as weevil shells, weevil cocoons. All right, catch you later, man. Catch you later, all. Thanks for coming by. Thank you, Death Row, for coming by. And again, thank you, Tommy. I need to catch up with you, dude, because I haven't been around on your streams. You haven't been around on these streams much. So I need to catch up with you, dude. Hey, Tommy. Good to see you, man. Like I said, I've got to catch up with you sometime, dude. Anyway. Because it's been too long, Tommy. You know, I need to have a proper stream so that everyone can come in and come up on panel to have a chat or just talk on the side chat. Anyway. So let's wrap this up with a little bit more of the Jurassic Park theme, and away we go.